It is time for today's edition of Ronnie's Roundup, and the sport of lacrosse, at least visually speaking, does have a lot in common with hockey.
Yeah, while they have a similar feel with sticks and a net, of course the difference is instead of ice, you have grass, instead of skates, cleats, and of course instead of a puck, a ball. Ronnie Duncan is standing by with the story of a local lacrosse player who is balling out, becoming the best woman with a stick from Metro Detroit. Hey, Ronnie.
Hey, Jeff, you speak of the name Jim Brown, you say the greatest football player to ever play. But in the ranks of lacrosse, Jim Brown is also known as the greatest man to ever pick up a stick and play lacrosse. They say rock the cradle, well, this young lady has done it. And she says being close to Motown has made her better than ever.
I'm very, very proud of being from where I'm from. I make sure it's very known. Anytime anything happens, I want everyone to know I'm not an East Coast girl. I grew up outside Detroit, Michigan, and that's where I stayed, and that's where I became the player and person that I am. I always kind of wanted to be the one to bring back those national championships and kind of bring back that legacy if possible. I'm very, very happy we can kind of bring it back to Evanston, and hopefully we can keep that rolling.
Izzy's lacrosse journey started when she left the world of gymnastics to pick up her first stick and eventually lead Cranbrook, Kingswood, and Bloomfield Hills to 2 state titles and breaking the state record for career points.
The first time I picked up a stick, I knew it was something that I was going to enjoy. I think another part that I loved was just like the running around part of lacrosse. Like gymnastics is very like structured. You're doing like very specific skills, and once I could kind of just get out on the field and run around, it was something I very much enjoyed, and I think I knew it was something that was going to continue throughout my life. It kind of clicked right away, and yeah, I loved it.
But she couldn't do it alone, as her 3 brothers were there with her every step of the way.
I'm very fortunate that I'm extremely, extremely close with my family, and my 3 brothers are like my best friends in the world. They were having a blast. I remember one of the final goals I had in the game, I scored and I kind of slid on the ground and I stood up, and right there my 3 brothers standing in the stands cheering for me. I think they always thought that I was destined to do stuff like that.
But someone else outside the family knew she was destined for something special. Coach Greg Corder, who saw greatness in her from day one.
She just brings a competitive intensity, a will to win, effort, competitiveness that is just unparalleled.
He was, I think, the first person who like truly saw and said what he thought my potential was, and he from the very start said that I was going to do great things, and he truly believed in me and pushed me like no coach had ever pushed me at that point.
Coach Corder was there when Skane won the national championship with the Northwestern, and what he saw on that field was someone who is changing the game of women's lacrosse.
I think she's changing the way the women's game is played. The turnover that led to her final goal, you just don't, I haven't seen that in the women's game. I haven't seen anyone, an attack player, play defense like she plays.
But Izzy's triumphs didn't come without any obstacles. Prior to the 2022 season, Skane tore her ACL and starting a journey back that would eventually lead her to raising the championship trophy.
A lot of that was more mentally tolling than it was even physical. I think just having to be in that much pain just to try and get back to doing the thing you love was definitely hard.
And it wasn't the only trophy she lifted this season after she won the Tewaaraton Award, given to the top collegiate lacrosse player in the country.
To win something like that is just something I never even dreamed of. I dreamt of going to play college lacrosse and try and win a national championship and all this stuff, but to be considered that highly in a field of girls that are just so phenomenal this year, there are so many good players. It's an honor. It's very humbling.
And dreams like hers don't have to remain dreams to other young girls in Michigan. Lacrosse may be small here, but the sport is growing, and Izzy Skane is ready to be at the forefront of that change in her home state.
So it takes a little bit of extra effort to kind of get to that level because you're not surrounded by girls who have played since they were 2 years old and all their parents went to Syracuse to play, and you don't really see as many kids coming out of Michigan or the Detroit area it's getting bigger and bigger as we speak, which is phenomenal, and I'm so happy to be part of kind of dragging girls with me. I'm very honored and excited about that opportunity because I am very, very proud of where I'm from.
Oh, what a talented young lady. And I see some young ladies out here who are in the 7th and 8th grade, and they say they want to be just like Izzy. Because, as they say, Detroit lacrosse. CBS News, Detroit, I'm Ronnie Duncan. Back to you.
That just doesn't have the same ring to it, Ronnie. I don't know. It's got to be the basketball.
Hey, look, I'm not Mason, but on the lacrosse field, CBS Detroit.
That I can get
Lacrosse
with.
sounds
okay,
better
we're
than
good
anything.
Now. All good.